Well, something pretty obvious just dawned on me, and it has to relates to my energy and my health, and the fact that I'm working out 2 or 3 hours a day now. I haven't been doing that for years, and I've been. I talked about this before when I started taking the colostrum. Well, now I'm also putting two and two together with Miss Gold Digger the cat. She was getting carbon C60 from about December 2017 all the way up to like I'd say May 15th or May 20th. She was getting a carbon C60, and I started giving her colostrum in May 1st. And I noticed that when I gave her the colostrum, boy, she got like 100% healed up. This was actually back in 2018. She was doing pretty good there. Um, Now, I took colostrum in far more bigger doses than what you call the therapeutic dose, but there's no problem with that. You can actually look on it on the PubMed sites about taking higher doses of colostrum. It actually helps with sports enhancement because of human growth hormone 1 and 2 and testosterone and all the good things that are in it. Um, so, but the thing is, I'm thinking it's the combination of the carbon C60 and the colostrum. Synergistically, they're way more powerful together than they are by itself. So now I'm thinking back when Gold Digger the cat, when she was a much older cat. She could have been 18 or 20 years old. I'm thinking about it. I says, oh my God, I should have picked up on this a long time ago. She had issues with her skin, and she couldn't jump higher. I loved her though. I mean, I really love her. But she passed away from the cancer. But when I stopped the carbon C60, it was like a couple months later, this rapid growing cancer started. And I think I actually did reverse the cancer, but it was too late with her vital organs because she was eating faster, the skin problem on her back disappeared, and the smell of the cancer, it smells like a decaying smell. You could smell it in her mouth and on her back. That all went away, but that was reversed. I think the cancer was reversed, but there was so much damage to her vital organs. And I think she was an older cat, maybe really up there. She could have been close to 20 or maybe 20 years old. I don't know. She looked like a little kitten. But then I'm thinking if I didn't stop the carbon C60, she'd still be with us today. I'm almost sure it is. And I was not aware that that was doing that much good. I was doing it all this time. Because when I added the colostrum, she was like perfect. She's perfect. And so, I'm thinking, when I started this colostrum, I started doing a lot more of it. I started working out the number of hours like I used to work out. Like I went to the gym now. I was on an elliptical machine for like 2 hours and 10 minutes. I could have went longer, and I was still busy and active during the day. I had no problem. I got really good energy. That's pretty good for like a senior citizen, man. For crying out loud. I mean, most people my age can't do anywhere near that. It couldn't even do 20 minutes on an elliptical. And I could be out there working out and also physically mowing the lawn or doing all this activity with a hand mower that doesn't have not self-propelled in hot sun. I can still work out 3 hours in the gym if I want. But what I'm thinking is I was always taking the carbon C60, and I didn't really seen any good benefits from myself except for improvement in vision. There was definitely an improvement in vision. That's kind of a common thing with carbon C60 and olive oil, but I didn't see all these other benefits these people were talking about. Maybe that's because there's not much wrong with me. It was just the vision helped out. And I didn't get perfect vision, but it did improve a lot. But when I added the colostrum, and I'm thinking it's the same thing with Kitty Cat. She was getting a carbon C60 when she added the colostrum. I'm thinking the colostrum's doing everything. And you know what? I think it's the combination between the carbon C60 and the colostrum. That is probably why I had such a good reaction with the colostrum. It worked so damn good for me. It's because I've been taking the carbon C60. It's maybe those two things together. I am not 100% sure. It's not a scientific study, but when I'm starting thinking, God, with her, boy, did she really do great with this stuff. But I don't think it was the colostrum alone. I think it was the combination of carbon C60 and colostrum. Now, this is a very important thing to keep in mind because, I know about, I give my cats Friskies and Whiskas, and sometimes I give them people food, and they get Meow Mix flavor burst, and they get treats. But then they get cat vitamins, and they get the Carbon C60, they get the Doc Willard water, I don't know, some other green food stuff on there, and what else? I put the colostrum in there too sometimes, just on various things. It's, you can't really, if you're going to feed, if I got like 7 cats, right? I'm not going to feed them all people food. That is going to get ridiculous. I'm going to continue on with the Carbon C60 and the colostrum, and I think that's going to be the ticket to them living a really long time. I think the cats and dogs will live almost twice as long, just like they had with the rat study, if you gave them that stuff right from the beginning. I wish, I'm so pissed off at myself. I did a lot for Miss Kitty. She didn't survive. But, well, at the time I was going a marathon. I was doing everything I could possibly think of. Retrospect, I could think of a couple more things, but I don't know. I feel bad. But, now I'm thinking that what was really helping her was the combination. Because this was February 2019, she was starting to have the skin issues again, even with the Carbon C60. It all went away. You know what that is? That's age. That was age. Age-related issues. Carbon C60 was keeping her metabolic function going and really good. And when I added the colostrum, it got that much better. So those two things together they're like a double powerhouse. I mean, they both are great, but I'm beginning to think they're exponentially better when they're combined. They're not like, if you give a percentage, like colostrum does 50% and the other one does 50. When you do them together, it's like 400% instead of 100%. Just to give you a dumb example, but she would. And here, this is back her in July 2018. She was perfect then. With the Carbon C60 and some of the supplements I was giving her, I think it was I forgot what kind of supplements I was giving her. French pine bark, olive leaf extract, whatever. Well, she was doing great. And yeah, I mean, I knew if I knew she was older, I would have gave her people food. I'm not going to do that with everybody though. That's getting too expensive. I mean, really, it's like you're talking like they're not cheap as it is, but because I do give them well, I'll tell you the truth, these guys are so addicted to Friskies, it's beyond belief. But I give them the Doc Willard water and the Friskies, the cat vitamins, the Carbon C60. I'll throw the colostrum in there. There's other things I put in there. It's like green herbs and stuff from the seeds. But she was doing great. But now I realize she was. I don't know what her age was, but she could have been well. I'm not being critical of her, but I'm just saying is that I mean, every either you're going to be old and live a long time, or you're going to die. So you want to live and live. And she was really great. She was doing great, even though she was an older cat. I mean, I loved her a lot, but she taught me a lesson, though. I mean, it's the same thing that I'm experiencing. I'm not. See, I was raving about the colostrum, and I'm saying, oh, the colostrum's so good. I'm thinking to myself, wait a minute. That's what I thought the colostrum was. I didn't need the Carbon C60 with her. I was doing the colostrum and the cat vitamins and a couple other things like the French pine bark extract or whatever it was, or the iodine. And, well, if I kept up the Carbon C60, I don't think she ever would have got the cancer. And I do think I reversed it. It's just that there was a metabolic breakdown, like the liver and the kidney functions weren't working right. I probably could have saved her with subcutaneous IV. I didn't know how to do that, and I found a way to order that online. I got some of that coming in. I want to keep that on hand. I don't know if I'd ever need that in the future, but I'm still not 100% sure if that. Well, I think I would have saved her with that maybe. But then again, maybe it would have only lasted. She would have maybe only lasted a few more months. I really don't know. But she was doing really good when those two things were combined. And in other words, she was doing great. I started this stuff in December, the Carbon C60 in December 2017. And I was always giving her the cat vitamins, the Doc Willard water. There's a lot of different things. She was getting special treatment, and she was getting a lot of people food. But after a while, you could see even here, this was in February 2019, she was having some issues with her fur again, even with the Carbon C60 going. And then when I added the colostrum, I'm thinking it's the same thing with me. But you know what? I probably got super stellar results with the colostrum because, not just because I was taking a lot of it, but because I'm taking a Carbon C60. I never let up on a Carbon C60. I'm thinking, it may be preventing some problem. I'm not seeing any kind of really results from it, but then again, maybe it's preventing a problem that I'll have. Well, in her case, I think it would have prevented the cancer, for crying out loud. I didn't know that. I did not know that. I mean, damn would have definitely gave it to her. It's like hardly any money to give your kitty cat some Carbon C60 and olive oil because they don't need that much. I mean, a human only takes like a tablespoon. I mean, I put a little. Sometimes I would give her quite a bit of it. I mean, it's not much money. It's not much money at all. I mean, it's probably a few dollars a week or something. That's all it is. And maybe a little more than that. But that's nothing. It's nothing. I just thought it wasn't doing her any good anymore. I didn't realize that. But now I'm thinking, that's why the colostrum works so good with me. I'm combining it with Carbon C60. That's why it worked. Everything was working great with her again. I don't know how long she would have lasted, though, because she's up there in years, but she could have been around a couple more years, especially if I got the Spooky Scalar going with her. And right now, I'm running Spooky Scalar with the double gold CBD oil, and I also put Carbon C60 fullerenes and olive oil on that thing, so it's doing a molecular for that, too. So, Anyway, if I could bring her back somehow, I don't know. There's always a way, man. I will. I'll try. I don't know if that's getting beyond technology, but I'd bring her back. That's for sure. She's too special to me. Way too special. But I'd like to keep her. I would have loved to keep her to be the cat that lasted 10,000 years. So, at least, or forever. So, anyway, just figured I'd tell you that it's the combination. I'm very, very, very strongly suspecting that the combination of colostrum and Carbon C60 and olive oil together are exponentially stronger and more beneficial than just one or the other. Pretty damn sure of it. I saw what happened with her. I'm kicking myself for not picking up on that. I don't really think that with me too. I don't even know why I stopped. You know why I stopped the Carbon C60? A lot of people were telling me it wasn't good. Yeah. So I was thinking, well, maybe it isn't good because it seemed to always do good for her. I started listening to some of these people. I can blame them too, and I'm going to go with my senses because there's too much garbage out there. And this video will be buried on the Google algorithms. I'll guarantee you that. I don't have MD after my name, which is more drugs. I know some people call it medical doctor, or I call them medical demons. Most of them. Some of them aren't. Actually, I read the books by medical doctors who are the good ones. And they break the mold, but they don't make the money. So I'm not making money on YouTube anymore. So whenever I do these videos, they're 100% free. There's no ads running on anything on my channel anywhere, and I don't expect them to. There might be ads someday, but I doubt it. They're only geared towards pharmaceutical. But you're gonna get way more truth out of me than you're ever gonna get out of those big money jackasses. And all these videos I do on YouTube, they're on BitChute also. And if I ever freaking can get sign up for BitChute Silver subscriber service, where I can have all these playlists and 1,000 videos in a playlist, or whatever, how many videos are in a playlist, I don't know, I forget how many. Well, I'll do that, and then I'll categorize everything I have on YouTube up on BitChute. But they are hated so much by the big tech giants that they've been cut off from PayPal and credit card services, so that people can't even sign up for a premium service on BitChute. What a bunch of garbage. And my channel's under review now for, I don't know, I took down some videos and stuff. It's still under review. I think it's going to be under review 6 months from now. So, but I'm still going to be producing videos. I don't care. They can do whatever the hell they want. But the information you're going to hear from me is going to be more useful than any of the garbage you're getting out of the professionals, big money people. And it's going to be nice that you don't hear a damn commercial on the damn thing anyway, because I don't watch any of these commercials on YouTube anyway. But just remember, that is some vital information. I can't run a test with 100 different subjects over so many years, but like I said, she went super, super perfect again when those two things were combined, and I feel like when I was in my 50s and I was working out, people would say they thought I was like in my 30s and I was in super shape, but I was in better shape than people in their 20s. I'm working out like that again. I mean, I'm heavier, but I'll tell you one thing, I got energy. I think it's the combination of, maybe it's a combination of many things, but I think it's the Carbon C60 and the Sovereign Labs Collostrum. So anyway, you can thank Snooki for this too, because Snooki was the only one, precious Tiffany Golddigger is the only other one besides myself that could testify that this worked. She was doing great there. Boy, I should never stop that Carbon C60. I'm kicking myself in the ass. Well, I guess you get busy with stuff. I'll blame YouTube on this crap too, because she got diagnosed with, when she had the first sign of any trouble was August 3rd. Get demonetized on August 3rd on night too, at 12 o'clock, and just some redness on the fur, like sometimes you would always have. And by August 6th, I was demonetized, and then I was kind of like rushing around doing this and that, so I didn't have as much focus on her. I just thought she had an itch or something. I don't know, itchy skin. I didn't realize there was a serious problem going on there. And all of a sudden it showed up. It's like, damn. If I wasn't diverted with this demonetization stuff, I probably that extra week probably would have saved her. But then, if YouTube wasn't around, because back in 2017 they were a little bit better, they were starting to get screwed up. I found out about the Carbon C60 and fullerenes in olive oil from YouTube. But I think things are changing really rapidly, or it's going downhill pretty fast. So I'll be up on all this stuff's on BitChute anyway. So over and out. I know it went lengthy on this, but I want to drive home a point that I'm almost sure of this now. It's a combination of those two things. People rave about Collostrum and Sovereign Labs Collostrum doing this and that, and they rave about Carbon C60 and olive oil. Well, when you combine those two, God, I don't know. It makes me wonder how long your cat or dog could live. God, triple. Maybe you have a 50-year-old cat or something. I mean, pretty wild, right? I wish she would be living that long. God, my precious little girl. Like I said, if I can bring her back somehow, I will. I mean, I don't know how you do that, but it's going to be something's going to have to tell me how to do this, because there's not going to be any human that's going to be able to tell me how to do that. She's that important to me, man. So, anyway, but I can tell you one thing: these big money jerks in the politics, they're not important to me at all. I don't care about them. Anyway, over and out. Take care.